Cutie. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. Look at him. Look at him. Look at his face. Look how cute he is.
Hi guys, this is Benny.
And this is Dhruv. And today we are going to review the trailer of Elevator Baby. Now, if I look at the description of this, it says a wealthy young man and an underprivileged woman are trapped in an elevator as she goes into labor. This movie was released in 2019 and it is on Netflix if someone wants to check it out. The director is Ake Mason. And the producers are Ni Ekin Molayan, Victoria Tiemere Akujobi. Let's take a look at the cast. So it stars Toyin Abraham, Shaffy Bello, Timini Egbuson, and many others. So let's check this out.
Interesting.
I know. Oh, I don't know what one would do.
What would you do? Oh my God.
I don't know what I would. I wouldn't know what to do. You know, I could just soothe that person and maybe like have them guide me on what to do, but I have no idea of what to do. No clue.
It can get really freaky.
I'm
It can
sure.
get really freaky. Oh God.
Sure. It reminds me of that episode from Friends. Have you seen where I think Rachel was pregnant and it was Valentine's Day. Rachel was pregnant and then Monica and Chandler were there and Rachel thought it was some other CD and then they played that CD and it was a CD about childbirth and they were all traumatized. They were like, oh my God, like Monica and Chandler couldn't even kiss each other after that. They're like, it ruined their Valentine's Day, which was hilarious.
Oh God. It's worse than a horror movie. I'm sure the CD must have done that to them.
All right, here we go.
Who is here?
Hey, madam, can you stop with the shouting though? You are not the only one in this elevator. Stop giving me a migraine. Oh, God.
Brother, please mind your business. Mind your business. Let me mind my business. Please. Check us see. I sure know I see me there. I don't want that.
Èwo ni èpè tẹ́ ń ṣe fún mi.
Dari has been under a lot of pressure lately.
You know that boy does not like me. I don't want to touch it. Hello, Nana, listen. I'm not putting my hand in this woman's vagina, no.
Madam, this equipment, you know they work. We no get the tools. We go.
You don't get the tools now.
Madam, na maintenance get that one.
Oh, where are the maintenance guys?
Oh yeah now. Let's go see them because you want bring them back.
Oh vex and
How many about this?
What go choose make I give you 9?
You know we no complete. Hello.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh my God.
No, you know, I don't know if it was me or you also felt it, but the tone of the movie felt comedic, like humorous, but the music was like a thriller. Like I just felt like it was a little bit of a mismatch. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I couldn't tell, but then eventually, like as the trailer proceeded, I could tell like, okay, maybe it's comedic. And the funniest part of that is like, where are the maintenance guys? And they were just chilling and having fun, like. And that's the pace of a whole lot of places, right? Like even when I was in Mexico, I lost my rental car keys, and I couldn't get a hold of them for 5 hours or something. And then
Ooh.
I organically found the keys and things worked out, but there was just no response. There was no, so it depends on where you are, like, and the work culture of that place and whatever, But I just thought that I couldn't tell from the trailer that she was underprivileged, because she was so well dressed for
Mm.
someone who's underprivileged. I couldn't get that. So, what are your thoughts on that, on the trailer?
It was a bit traumatizing. I mean, she's shouting out, she was shouting for help. And then that guy says, "You're not the only one in the elevator." And she's like, "What that? What that?" And how many times does she say, "What that?" I mean, of course, she might be feeling that, she could get into labor anytime. Maybe she was aware of that. But if it was not that, then that was a very aggressive person.
Yeah, maybe because she was, I mean, in some sort of pain, that she was aggressive, but I guess she could have told him that she is pregnant and is going into labor. I don't know what labor is like, but maybe some people feel pain, some people don't feel pain. It's different for different people. So you never know, right? Like that's what I've seen on television, at least, that some people just don't even know that they're in labor. So, geez, and that guy, hmm? Yeah, and
Uh,
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay. And that guy was so young. Like he looked like in his 20s. Like I don't think he would just, we are like much older and we wouldn't know what to do. So I cannot imagine what he must have felt like, terrified, and he did look terrified. And from the trailer I couldn't tell what the other characters were. Like there is a story around other characters. What do they represent? Like I couldn't tell at all from the trailer. So that was a
True.
bit confusing.
Yeah, the trailer did kind of end abruptly without. I was like expecting something more. Uh, I mean, if they had just shown those two characters, then it was fair enough. But they showed a few other characters, and there was nothing really much to get about them. So I felt that the trailer ended a bit abruptly.
Yeah.
That and see, I myself have a kid, but I'm telling you seriously, if I was in the position of that guy, I seriously wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I would just follow the instructions of that person, because I would have no clue what to do at all. And I think the other characters were maybe the people he was calling. So maybe they were his parents, maybe they were some other colleagues, maybe the story doesn't just involve the two characters in the elevator, but the people there that guy is calling, and the servicemen, no, what do you call that, repair people, what is the right word,
Handy people, maintenance people.
maintenance people. Maybe it involves stories around those characters as well.
Mm.
So
So that gives me a thought. Maybe the guy was eating the food. He was probably supposed to be the maintenance guy.
yeah,
How that turns out to be. I
yeah,
mean, generally, maintenance people are never required to be on the spot urgently. But when something like this does happen, that's the time they are caught doing something else, and it's like, okay, what were you doing all this time? And they're like, who knew?
right. And I have
Then
never been in a situation, I don't know how often that happens. Like, I've never been in a situation where I have been trapped in an elevator ever. But it sounds like a terrifying experience, like, especially if you're claustrophobic,
claustrophobic.
right?
True.
And someone might be claustrophobic, but even for people who are not claustrophobic, it's a terrifying experience. Then add on that being in labor and having a kid in the elevator, that all of that is terrifying. Like,
It's
um,
terrifying.
so in that sense, like, I couldn't really tell whether this was comedy, whether the music definitely wasn't comedic, but I have a hunch maybe it is a comedy. I don't know. I couldn't tell from the trailer.
I would say the way what we have seen so many trailers so far and movies so far, Nigerian movies and trailers, they generally tend to, add some humor to their problematic scenes, So I guess it would be a bit on the comic side, yeah.
My guess is like what we have seen with Nigerian trailers, as you said, it might have a comedic element, but there might be other elements, right? It might be a little bit of thriller and stress and a question about privilege versus not privilege. The fact that they mentioned an underprivileged woman, I am interested to know, why is that mentioned? Does it affect anything? Does it affect that um, an underprivileged woman wouldn't get as many services as a privileged woman? I mean, obviously, but like, how low are the services? Like, why does that matter? I that intrigues me more than anything else.
And maybe it is like maybe the guy helps her out with the labor, and eventually maybe she might have just gone home, but he might have realized something like, let me help her out further even after getting out of the elevator. Maybe he might have provided for some medical help or something, that kind of thing. I mean, he is shown to be a young guy, and it is said that he is wealthy. So maybe there's that angle.
Hmm. Maybe I would guess that maybe in that process, it's not just about giving birth, but the characters get to know each other, and that both characters have some epiphanies, maybe like she from him, understanding certain things, and he definitely from her, that him realizing the kind of privilege he has and things he might not have to suffer that she suffers from. Maybe it's also about that. So, and it would be interesting to see how that blends in with comedy. I mean, I'm just guessing here because I do feel the trailer didn't give us much, but it does feel like an interesting concept.
And one thing I noticed was that they were not the same age. Specifically, they were not the same age. He seemed quite young, and she seemed much in the middle age, somewhere in the 35 or something. So that was also an age difference. There is, I mean, often in times, if you have such a situation, you have a romantic angle, but this does
Yeah.
not seem to be the case at all.
Yeah, when I read the synopsis, I'm like, is there romance? Maybe she's a single mom and they kind of fall for each other. But no, you brought out something very important. Not only are they different in their genders and their economic strata, but in the age. So what do they learn from each other in this experience, would be interesting to see. And what the story is about. I mean, I'm sure the story goes around like the baby is born and it's healthy, but like, I have a gut feeling that the story is about them learning from each other and having and there being certain changes in their lives because of that. So that is my guess.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So if you liked our reaction, please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and also hit that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new video. We upload one every week. Also, let us know how we're doing or if there's anything else that we should be reacting to. Until next time, फिर मिलेंगे.
फिर मिलेंगे.